He says, when I do a test, it's a long-term test. And then if he doesn't like the stuff or he doesn't need it, he sells it. Well, he bought the little G-10, which you could buy for like $399, $419. And he has a $35,000 Hasselblad with a digital back. And he took the G-10 and he laid it on top of the Hasselblad, which is square and flat. And he was taking the same pictures with each camera. He made 13 by 19 prints, which is a pretty good size. And he had 12 professional photographers, and no one could tell which one was taken with the $400 camera, which one was taken with the $40,000 camera. Couldn't tell the difference.
And what the name of his website is?
Luminous-Landscape. In fact, I'll put a link to that on the Camera Club website because it's
you should.
He's got all kinds of reviews. He goes to Antarctica. They've been going. He started going. He has a digital video that they put out every few months or so, and some of them are pretty interesting. In fact, they had one on cutting your own mats, put them out the picture. And there's a fellow called Bill Atkins, who was the guy who wrote the Finder for the original Macintosh, and he retired from Apple with many millions of dollars. He was one of the first employees. He was studying to be a astrophysicist or something, and Steve Jobs called him down to Apple and paid his way to come. That's the only reason why he went, and they lured him into working for them. So that's what he ended up doing. He was like their 5th or 6th employee. And he became a photographer, and he makes beautiful big prints, and he sells them for $3,000 or $4,000 a piece. So he was having this company cut the mats for him, and he bought this mat cutter. It was like $2,200, and it's big, and it will cut them out without ever having to move the mat board. It cuts all 4 sides without moving anything, and he was showing you how to use it, and he said he saved enough money the first day that he bought it to pay for it.
How much does it cost?
$2,200, but he was paying like $60 a print to have the mats made,
right?
Because he was using very expensive matting boards. They were like $8 a piece, and used 4 for each picture.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing, and he had a whole video on this. And there's a photographer in Florida called Clyde Butcher, who's called the Ansel Adams of Florida. If anything, he's much better than Ansel Adams. He makes huge, beautiful black and white prints, like 5 foot by 6 foot. And so he had a segment on him showing how he developed these prints. And I've met him a few times. In fact, I've been in his darkroom. And a very interesting guy. But he has all kinds of stuff like that, and they go places, and they have video, and it's high definition video of where they've been, and they explain what they're doing. And it's a pretty interesting website. But we do a lot of this kind of stuff, Ellen and I. I'm glad she's into it. But she's actually, I think, better than I am. She's got a better, women generally have a better eye for landscape kind of stuff.
She does the composition.